Hello everyone, welcome back to the crossword. Today is Friday, February 21st. Let's get started with Bachelorette Party Activity. I don't know. Sea of Blank, body of water at one end of the Kerch Strait. No idea where that is. It's probably Kirk though, right? Classic milk accompaniment. Cookies, Oreos, cereal. Rarest of all state birds? Who knows this? A few hours for doing whatever. Me time, downtime. Don't know. Sue at Chicago's Field Museum, e.g.? Sue, I assume, is not like an employee there. So therefore you would assume is an exhibit. What kind of exhibit? What do they have at the Field Museum? I don't know. For instance, could be e.g. Doesn't fit. I don't know. Amazon nuisances? Are they talking about like snakes in the Amazon River? Or like bots selling fake stuff on Amazon? I don't know. Mozart's Der Hollerake. I don't speak German. It's my best guess. For one. What are some words for kinds of music? Like it's sonata and etude both don't fit, and that pretty much runs me out of ideas. Pixar character described as nothing less than the finest chef in France. Presumably this is in Ratatouille? I've never seen it, though. What's the name of the other guy in Ratatouille? The one who's not the rat. Louis? No, I don't know. Lead into cake in Southern cuisine. Now this one I should know. Pancake. Like... Okay, we all know what a pancake is, right? But I feel like there's a different thing. Like pan space cake, or like... I know pone, P-O-N-E, is some sort of breadish thing that's southern. It's a hot cake? Is that southern? Maybe. A tea cake is like British. Musical units, you got me. Spent, used up? Man, I gotta write something in. I mean, I don't have to, but you're not gonna make much progress if you don't write in some guesses on these harder crosswords. Pot growers activity? Like pottery? Right? They might be talking about growing a pot, not growing pot. I don't know. Oh, actually a plant, I suppose, is a pot grower. It grows in a pot. What would its activity be? Just kind of chilling and being a plant, I would say. Just yanking your chain, that's all. It's not serious. It's a joke. LOL. Donut in soccer? Do they mean like donut as in no score, and so nil is a donut? That's how they say zero in soccer. Frozen, flexible first aid items. Finally, I can do. These are ice packs. Do any of these make any sense? With a few crosses. Nil could be wrong if this ended with time. In fact, let's write in time, because I think that's a better guess than donut being nil. I'm not so sure about that. I was looking at the downs. Part of a rack? No idea. Rhyming trajectory for success. Dress to impress? I don't know. Sort who might go for all the bells and whistles? Someone who really likes whistle noises. Annoyances, who knows? Made an impression. Like dented. This might end ED, but then like what would this even be? Jewelry designer Picasso, no idea. State. To state something is to avow it or to aver it, perhaps. Claudia Harrison's role on The Crown. I only know one role on The Crown, and that's like the Queen, so gonna need some help on that one. Bold bit of ink. Like a tattoo something? Utterly defeated as noobs. You owned them, or perhaps pwned them. So we'll leave the first letter there blank. And a D here is good. I mean, used up was plausible, but something ending with ED is also pretty reasonable. And then we could have aver, aver. I don't even know how you say that. Spent, you're exhausted. You I don't know. Musical units. Octaves? Do you say octaves or octaves? I think octaves is correct, actually, right? It looks like this A should be long, octave, but it's an octave. It's not stressed. Anyway, made an impression. Aped. You did an impression of someone if you aped them. Yanking your chain, I kid. Pot grower's activity, I still really don't know. Spent. I'm out of words that are going to help me in this area. I do have to get it with what I know so far. Spent. Like you expend it, you're spent if you are beat, if you are, I don't know. I've never been to a bachelorette party, as you might guess. Classic milk accompaniment. This looks like a cookie. Are these not ice packs? First one I thought I actually knew. Oh, gel packs, maybe? Oreo cookie, I guess. Sure. It's not just Oreo, it's not just cookie. It's Oreo cookie. Remy. That's a character in Ratatouille. Mozart's Der Hollerache. Maybe it's an aria. Classic crossword word. Amazon nuisances. We'll say bots. Oh, is Remy with a Y? Okay. Time to kill. Lead into cake. Po cake, toe cake, hoe cake, low cake, dough cake. I don't know. Bachelorette party activity. You're spent if you are pooped. Pot grow. Yes, if you're playing poker, you might grow the pot. Something popping? Bar hopping. Hoe cake, whatever that is. Okay, got that corner. Cocktail served with an umbrella. Starts with a P or an O. I don't know. Elbows for a chef? What? What's the pasta that's shaped like an elbow? Like macaroni is one, I guess. But there's another one, right? Maybe. Does macaroni fit? It does. I'll put it in. But there's like, is it fusilli or one of those things? I don't know. Appearances. Looks, maybe. I still don't know this person. It could be Anne or Anna, though. Put an N in. Might be wrong, but Anne is a traditional British name. Pioneer in subscription TV. HBO, probably? Chip in a way. I don't know. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Villeneuve? I've heard it said, but I can't think of it. It's like... Okay, well, these are gel packs. I'm not a movie buff. It's not like Dennis with one N, is it? That doesn't seem right. Chop chop. Don't know. Going backward in skateboarding slang. I'm not a skateboarding buff either. Fatey? Is that a thing they do? Or like something like that, maybe? If I thought this were tattoo something, we'd have a T. I still don't know. Berry and a pliable. Well, acai is pretty much the only berry the crossword ever mentions. Now this is not tattoo something, it's taco something. Comedian Glazer. Glacer? Nikki? Then I could put Fakey in here. Oh, you know what's a bold bit of ink? A face tat. Annoyances or something-tions, probably. Something to something. It's not head to head. Part of a rack. A spacer? Is that a rack? I'll put that in. But it could certainly be wrong. Chop chop. To chop chop is to mince. Look at this. I asked if it might be Dennis with one N, and like, there's an N. Negative vote in a stable. You might say nay if you were trying to vote nay, but you were a horse. I think it's Dennis and Fakey. Word with actor or male. I don't know. Suggest. To suggest something is to hint it or possibly just to mean it. Explorer's aids. Let's say maps. Well, I could put in mean. Could be wrong. Fortunate son subject informally. Is that a song about war? I don't know. Voice actor, voice male. Tips off. Talks, as in like, if you talk the law, you're tipping them off. Dumpster dive, for example. Scavenge. Stop, think of the consequences. Don't do it. Part of a Caesarean boast. Veni vidi vici, he said. Curiously strong mint. That's an Altoid. Ancient Greek city. Looks like Corinth. Known for its ornate columns. Not by me. Gun support. A scope supports a gun in a way. I don't know. Let's look over here. Cocktail served with an olive. This looks like a martini. A wet martini? Maybe. Fortunate son subject informally. It's not IBM, I don't think. Cocktail served with an umbrella. Oh, I didn't notice. Look at this. They're next to each other. How cute. This must be a pina colada, and we get pwned. Pina colada. There we go. I can spell. I mean, a wet martini, like, why wouldn't that exist? They have dry martinis, right? An appearance is someone's mean in a way. Yeah, I think so. Let's say wet martinis. You chip in if you ante. 2 poker references. I mean, it was Anne, after all. Did some personal grooming. Manscaped. And we get nom. I was like questioning whether I was wrong about how to spell mascara for a while there. And I finally got the joke. Toy shovel holder. A pail is where you might store your toy shovel. Instruments whose players read alto clef. Must be violas. Edna Lewis must be a person. Politician platform is a dais. And we get violas, yes. Where stars are born. Outer space. Does that fit? It does. Love letters. I do is kind of a love, like letters of love, and I do's could be plural of that. But those are words, they're not letters. Sealed with a kiss? S-W-A-K? Not sure about that. Could be. Stock? Don't know. 50-cent piece? I mean, is a rap a piece? They're clearly talking about the rapper with the capital C. There might be a 3-letter song he's done, or they might just... I don't think, like, I mean, you can have a rap. Like, 50 Cent did a rap. That's a thing you can say. Could rap be a piece of his? I'm not so sure. Its name in Botswana is the same as the word for money. So, this is the name of a currency they use there, maybe? Teen trouble, acne. 4-footed friends are pets. Clearly never owned a bird. Okay, so we'll say it is rap. Help me get the answer. I don't know. Some October lawn decorations. 12-foot tall skeletons? Doesn't fit. Game with numbered cards. Uno. I need a hint, you might say, if you wanted help finding an answer. Soup with rice noodles is pho. Rain is the word for money. Interesting. Okay. Something bones. Not bones, but bones. Stock. You don't stew if you stock, you... A stalk of, like, broccoli. A stem. What poconophobia is the fear of? Beards? Never heard of that. Could be right. I don't recognize the root, but it happens to fit. A number of other things would fit, though. Square. You're boring if you're square. You're even if you're square. A square is like a forum. Tommy bones? Is that a thing? Tombstones. Subtly flirts with something's at. Hints at something if you subtly flirt with it? Not really. Caves? A den. A cave can be a den. We would get hints at then. Gun support. A bipod? Yeah, you can use those to support a gun. This a one-man band might go for all the bells and whistles. I don't recognize this bird. Or this Sioux person. Pacomo. Tips off. What about warns? Winks at. You flirt with someone if you wink at them. And it is beards. And sealed with a kiss. Look at that. A square is a dweeb. Zero to hero is a trajectory for success. Not advice, just like, yep, that's a trajectory. So spacer could be wrong. That was always a guess. Sea of Azon. Sea of, I don't know. Rarest of all state birds. You know what? If it's a rare bird, it probably is Hawaiian. And a nene is a bird, I think. Right? Yeah. I think it's their state bird, in fact. Part of a rack. I don't know. Sioux. It's an area. It's I don't know. Annoyances. Like a distraction, an irritation. But those are all too long. Deletions. A rack. What does a rack mean? It's like a place to hang something, like clothing. It's a torture device for stretching people. They have racks, like when you play a game of pool, you rack them up. But is the rack the little triangle thing they use? I think it is. I'm not sure, though. Part of a rack. A rack. A rack. They have racks in, like, clothing stores. A rack. Well, I know the Azores is like a group of islands. Maybe the Sea of Azor is a place near there? Annoyances, I can fit reactions, but it's just wrong. Reputations, relations. Sioux, it's not an area, surely. It's not a crew. There's a lot of words that are 4 letters with an R-E in the middle, right? Is Sioux a tree? Sue a tree. You could they could name trees. And a field museum could literally be a museum that like has fields in it or something. Okay, that's an interesting idea. Could be a wren. But why, there can't be a bird at a museum named Sue. I mean, there could be, but like, why would there? I think I'm going to give up on this one. I don't get these last few. Let's ask for help here and move on. I need a hint, he said. Okay, it's not Azor, it's something else. An antler is another kind of rack. I see. And it is a tree, I think. But how can that be? What letter could go here? E blank T-I-O-N-S? That doesn't exist. There's nothing like that, right? Yeah, it's not a tree. What else could it be? A tret? A trep? A trell? A trek? A tref? A tread? A trez? Trex? Trek? Trev? Treb? Tren? Trem? None of this makes any sense. Tell me. A T-Rex! Okay. I did say Trex, but I didn't stop and like pronounce it. Okay. A vexation is an annoyance. Okay, well, you got me this time, New York Times. Elevator alternative, a stair. Evil corporation on severance, a lumen. Ring-shaped coral reef. Is that an atoll? That's not a stair. This is SNL. Aura of confidence. Don't know. Sri Lanka. Severely criticizes, slams. One-on-one academic coach, a tutor. Ahead of our time. An emoji could be ahead. Steps. Preppy shirt. A pillow? That doesn't seem right. Apollo. Oh, it's spelled with an O? Lumen? Okay. They say it a lot more than they write it. What shall we take to the... Sure, we'll start the Wordle with emoji today. Stats update? Archive puzzles are now included in your total stats. Okay, whatever. How about chore? How about clove? Well, let's try. Yeah, clove is fine. Okay, pretty good. I'm a Wordle expert, as everybody knows. There, okay, so I think I see the blue group, or most of it anyway. These are tools you can select in like photo editing software. Right? Maybe there's another though, and like these, only 3 of these are right. So anyway, I don't do much photo editing, but I'm aware of all of these. To gather, to pick, to harvest, and to reap are to like bring in crops or plants anyway. Fix. Fix, remedy, and solution. Like those are sort of related, right? Golf club, baseball glove. These are sports equipment. A guitar is equipment used for something else. A can opener isn't really. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and submit these 4. Yeah, blue group Photoshop tools. So what was the other one I had? Harvest, pick, gather, and reap. Let's just submit that. Would have thought that would be yellow, but they're green. Okay. So fix, solution, and remedy, and answer. Like, these are all synonyms, right? These are the solution to a problem. Yeah. So I don't quite understand what this group is. Are these associated with a particular fictional entity? Or are they just like sports equipment? But like a can opener is not. Objects that may be right or left-handed, huh? I guess, like, all of these except can opener, if you had asked me, do they have right and left-handed versions of this? I would have said, yeah, I guess they probably do. Because, like, but they're not all part of, like, my everyday experience, right? Baseball gloves, sure, you put them on your left or right hand. Got it. A golf club, never thought about it before, but when you, like, visualize how somebody golfs, clearly it matters which end of the thing they're holding. Like, right? If you took a right-handed golf club and then, like, rotated it 180 degrees because you were standing on the other side of the ball, it would be facing the wrong way. So you got to have a left-handed one. And a guitar, I know left-handed guitars exist, but I don't understand what they are. I don't know enough about guitars. Like, don't you just, like, use it? Like, with the other, you just hold it the other way and your fingers are in the right place? I don't know, man. I think it... No, I don't know. So I don't know what a left and right-handed guitar is. But a can opener, I mean, it's been a while since I've had to open a can with a can opener. And, like, thinking about it, I don't totally understand why there's a left hand. Like, I guess you have to hold the can with one hand and use your other hand to spin the little thing. Or is that true? Once you get it on, do you hold the thing or do you hold the can? Like the opener or the can? I think you have to hold the opener, right? Because otherwise, yeah. So you're holding the can opener with one hand. I don't quite know why you would need... I'm sure there's a very good reason. I'm just not very familiar with it. Anyway, that's today's New York Times puzzles. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.